Ron Conlon's daughter's only 18? It's like me? Yeah. Why? I was just thinking about how strong she is. I mean, she's been in Germany all this time, all by herself, and she's so grown up. Yeah. And I'm sure she feels a lot of pressure from her father's reputation. And then you look at me, and, well, I'm the daughter of the master, but I'm still just a little girl. And on top of that, I'm the suspect in a murder trial. I think you're really strong too, Maya. All you've been through. Good morning! You really look like you're doing well today. I'm happy for you. Hey, morning, Polly. You'll be safe today, Mystic Maya. Huh? What do you mean? My mother's coming today to show her support. Yeah? That's right, Polly. Hey, pause. Yes, Mr. Nick? Do you think you could do me a big favor? Can you channel Mia today, too? Huh? I was hoping to sit in the audience there and watch. Please, it's very important for me. I don't feel confident enough without her help. Mr. Nick, that's enough. You can't show weakness in front of the person you love. Polly, not this again. Please, can you do this for me, us pause? Alright, I'll do it. I'll do it for Mystic Maya's sake. See you later then. I'll leave you two in your alone time. Thank goodness. Nick? This way, Paulers won't be able to see today's trial. What do you mean? What's going on? Court is now in session for the trial of Maya Fey. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Let's start already. Mr. Phoenix Wright, I look forward to tonight's news with great joy. The image of your defeated face will be transmitted all over the ward. All over the ward, huh? Seems like you made quite a name for yourself, Phoenix. Don't be foolish, you foolish fool wearing the foolish clothes. The famous one is me. I'm the prodigy who has never lost a case since becoming a prosecutor 5 years ago. Naturally, the ward's eyes are on me as I conduct my first trial in this country. That's nice, Miss Von Karma. Glad to see you in such good spirits today, Miss Fey. It's true what they say. Women really are scary when they fight. Now then, a very interesting theory was presented during yesterday's session. That the defendant could have left the chanting chamber, correct? Yes. And this key is proof of that. The key is the only key to the chanting chamber was not where it should have been. Your Honor, I'd like to say one thing before we begin. Alright, let's hear it! The prosecution has determined that from the time of the murder to the time of arrest, the defendant did indeed leave the room at one point. What? But, Miss Von Karma, then how do you explain this picture? Are you saying then that the person in this picture is not the defendant? You said that wasn't the defendant. What's the meaning of this? All I'm saying is that Maya Fey, after killing the victim, exited the room. And I believe that this is when she dropped this key. Can you sustain your claim? Isn't that what I'm here for? The prosecution would like to call the defendant's aunt, Morgan Fey, to the stand. Just as I suspected. Aunt Morgan. Poor Mia. She really seems torn by this. name and occupation. My name is Morgan Fay, and I'm a spirit medium and manner speaking. I'm sorry, but what do you mean, in a manner of speaking? Ah! I don't think anyone really cares. Now then, after the murder took place, you kept watch over the defendant, correct? Yes, that is correct. I performed the spirit severing technique on Mystic Maya then. Spirit severing technique? Technique to remove a spirit from a body and send it back to the other ward. That is... Yes, that is... Ah! You! Be quiet! Now, witness! Something happened while you were performing this technique, correct? Yes, that is correct. What in the wood could have... Mystic Maya, she escaped from the room. What? And here I'll come to the heart of the matter. Maya Fey, while in a possessed state, managed to escape from the channeling chamber. Order, order, order! Miss Fey, please testify to this court what happened during that time. Your Honor, I will try my best. I think someone's upped the ante on this trial. After we heard the gunshots, those two broke the door open and entered the chamber. I requested that Mr. Wright and the other lady please contact the police. The pistol was hanging from Mystic Maya's hand as he was in a daze. Then, quite suddenly, she thrusted me away from herself and escaped from the room. Great strength, she hit the base of my neck and I fainted for a short while. I'm afraid I have no knowledge of where she went after that. Why have you hidden this until now? I did not wish to cause more trouble for Mystic Maya. However, I must correct falsities when they arise. That's right. She is simply correcting a falsity. Falsity, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Why is he making it a point to take a stab at me? Never mind. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please. My aunt is a very smart and sly person. It's going to be hard for us to find a crack in her testimony. Was it really necessary to have two people do something so simple as call the police? If there was a possibility of escape, then one of us should have stayed behind. Yes, that is a very good point. At the time, I myself was a little confused. On top of which, there was another what now? Oh, it's nothing. No need to concern yourself. Until the end of the sentence. There was another reason you wanted both of us out of that room, wasn't there? You must testify! Why did you chase us out of the room? I simply did not wish for there to be more victims. The lives of both the good sir and that camera woman may be in danger. That's what I thought to myself. Bad. Now people have a good impression of her and a bad one on us. Looks like Cicada's napping. That's my aunt for you. Are you satisfied now, Mr. Wright? Miss Fay, please continue. Hold it! During our investigation, you stated that you struck the defendant on the head. And this strike caused Maya to lose consciousness. You stand by this statement? I'm afraid I don't. The statement I gave you was a lie. But why would you lie about something like that? It's very painful for me to say this, however.
Objection!
The witness was lying to cover for the defendant. She was covering for Maya? So you were covering for the defendant? Yes, it was only later that I was informed of what had occurred. That the renegade Mystic Maya had done something very unexpected. Something unexpected? What, pray tell, did she... Ah! This witness didn't and couldn't have seen what happened. If you want to know what this unexpected thing was, it was always later. Yes, very well. Why does it sound like I did a lock in the pit of my stomach? Now, witness, continue with what happened.
Hold it!
Was it really that easy for it to escape from you? A shame to admit to such a thing. However, yes. Physically larger and stronger than the defendant. There's no way she could have escaped from you so easily.
Objection!
Have you forgotten already, Mr. Phoenix Wright? What about this Pixar? Remember that at the time the defendant was not physically Maya Fey. Ah! Growing old is such a mysterious thing. Trust me, I know firsthand. Basically, Mystic Maya's body was still that of the nurse she had called. But if she had run away, wouldn't you have given chase right away? Well, yes, I would have. However... Is that because you were unconscious? Yes. Great, but now what? So while you were unconscious, you have absolutely no idea where the defendant went? I would think that's obvious, good sir. If that's true. And how can you know for sure that the defendant left the channeling chamber at all? Now that you mention it, I have to wonder myself. It's true that this witness is not able to confirm this. But the key word here is this witness. What do you mean by that? Because she has another witness up her sleeve. That's what. It looks like Miss Von Karma is ready to move on to her next witness. That's enough. From what I can tell, there is nothing wrong with this witness's testimony. And from what she has said, we can establish that Maya Fey did leave the chamber. I hope this isn't going to come back and bite us in the butt. Now, let's take the next logical step and ask, where did the defendant go after leaving the channeling chamber? Yes, well, yes, that is exactly what it's about. Ah! Be quiet, you! Now then, what the escapee had done when she had gone to speak with a certain person. She went to speak with someone? Who was it? The prosecution calls Miss Eenie Miney, who was sleeping in the side room at the time. Eenie Miney? I think you can see where this is headed. Witness, name and occupation. Okay, so my name is, like, Eenie Miney. I'm, like, researching, like, parapsychology stuff at the, university. What is this parapsychology? Let's see. It's like, I guess most people call it occult stuff. And if that's what most people call it, I can't say I understand what that means. And I suggest you go home and research it yourself. Yes, sir. Now then, Miss Miney. After the murder took place, you spoke with the defendant, Maya Fey. Is this correct? Well, like, I guess. If that's the case, then let's hear your testimony. It is all right, isn't it, Your Honor? Yes, sir! For the love of all things good, Your Honor, have some spine! For my sake! Like, when the chanting started, I was like sleeping in the side room. Like, a little later, someone came into the room, like, really suddenly. It was like, oh my god, totally my sister. I, like, hadn't seen her in, like, so long. I was so happy in, like, a sad way. My sister, she, like, told me something, like, totally terrible. Now hold your horses, young lady. You're saying the person that entered was your sister? Don't you mean the defendant, Maya Fey? Really now, Your Honor. Maya Fey was still in the middle of channeling at that time. Are you saying that the spirit was the spirit of this witness's sister? Yes, Mimi Miney. She was a nurse at Dr. Gray's clinic. Oh, well, this is... witness. Like, yeah? In your testimony, you mentioned a terrible thing. Why didn't you tell the court what this terrible thing was? I also would love to hear about it. Like, do I totally, like, really have to? Of course. Miss Miney, please. My sister, like, this is what she said to me. That was no accident. I was drugged with sleeping pills. I was murdered by that person. That's why I took my revenge. It's only fair, isn't it? Kitty? She took her revenge? Are you sure that's what she said? Yes. There. Are you satisfied, Your Honor? I still can't believe it. I can't believe that a spirit goes so far to use a medium to get revenge. It's a bit hard to swallow. However, all the evidence and testimonies point to this as the truth. The end. What do you think, Mr. Wright? It suddenly seems like all the loose ends are accounted for. This testimony just now, it's all made up? Is this one lie? Of course it was, Phoenix. Mia, what do you mean? It's well constructed, but that's all it is. Even the most well-spun lies can be undone. Yes, Phoenix. Let's find out one loose thread and unwind this tapestry of law. Your Honor, there is room for doubt, so the defense will cross-examine this witness. We believe that our cross-examination will reveal the real truth behind this murder. Yet again, the foolish fool spurts out more foolishly foolish drabble. I wonder if you'll make this one more entertaining than the last. You are happy in a sad way? Yeah, like, I mean, it was my sister. But would most people react to a surprise and seeing a dead loved one alive again? But like, maybe if I was like someone who didn't know about like the occult, but I like know all about the Hawaiian channeling technique. The point here is that the witness Minnie recognized that it was her sister. Yeah, like what she said. So you really didn't think anything strange of the whole encounter? No. Like, there wasn't any reason for me to like think anything was strange. But ow! Don't keep badgering her. You know the phrase objection, could you try using that once in a while? Mr. Wright. This question of what the witness felt once he saw his sister. Is it really that important? It is very important! Though I haven't quite figured out what it is yet. But I've got to bluff for now and make it seem like I know what I'm talking about. Alright, Mr. Wright. Miss Miney, please amend your testimony. Like, okay, I'm like totally cool with that. I wasn't like scared at all. Like, her costume looked totally like normal.
Objection!
That was a very well spun lie, Miss Innie. What are you babbling about this time, Mr. Phoenix Wright? It's well constructed, but that's all it is. Stealing my lines now, are we, Phoenix? Miss Miney, may I remind you of what you said? You said that there was nothing strange about your sister's appearance. Like, yeah, but I don't think that's what you were thinking at all. Take a look at this picture. This is a picture of the sister you met. I would think that even you would be surprised if someone appeared before you like this. The blood spray. Miss Miney, why did you not include the blood you saw in your testimony? If you're really testifying and not lying, you would have noted it right off the bat. Order, order! Miss Miney, what is the meaning of this? Miss Miney? I'm thinking! Don't interrupt me! Yeah! And what are you stammering about, Your Honor? I sounded in a complete 180 there. People do not really get on the stand, though. First of all, calm yourself, witness. Like, I'm sorry. I, didn't mean to snap. Now, hurry up with the testimony. If you please. The judge still looks a little shaken up. I don't hope he's going to be. Like, the side room was, kind of dark, you know? So, the costume was, purple, right? The blood totally blended right in. And I, persuaded my sister it wasn't, right to do something like that. And then, I took my sister to the channeling chamber. Yes, now I see, and you have given us a clear reason for why you didn't notice the blood. You think? Thanks, Gramps. You satisfied, Mr. Wright? Alright, I guess not. Very well, you may question the witness. What was your sister Miss Miney like at the time? Well, she was totally flipped out because she just shot Dr. Gray. But I think she knew she said she did something really bad. And she said she wanted to go with me to apologize to Miss Morgan. Did they really say all this to you? Yeah.
Hold it!
Was your sister calm by that time? I guess so. I guess maybe, taking revenge of Dr. Gray, made her feel a lot better. I can feel a lot better too, Mr. Phoenix Wright. The sooner the better. And Miss Morgan was the only one in the chanting chamber, you know? anything you found strange, unusual, or just out of place? Something out of place? Like, when do you mean? When you... I'm talking about when you were going to the chanting table, of course. Like, no, nothing strange. She answered rather quickly. What? Think harder! I think you can remember something. I, totally can't. That's not good enough. You have to explain yourself clearly to this court. Do you think, Mr. Wright, that whether or not there was something odd on the way to the chanting table is all that important? I ask because it is very important. I know where I'm going with this. Well, Miney, you will please include a statement about this in your testimony. Like, I don't get why, but okay. I, didn't see anyone on the way to, the channeling chamber.
Objection!
You say that you didn't see anyone on the way to the channeling chamber. However, that is impossible! What do you mean? I'd like to introduce someone to you. This is Miss Morgan Fay's daughter, Paul Fay. Interesting. You have a semi-intelligent look on your face. So, what about this child? It just so happens that at the time of the murder, Paul was playing in the central garden. The garden? Yep. Which means anyone walking through the area would have to have seen her. So, Miss Miney, what do you have to say to that? Ah!
Objection!
As the cook can see, she's a bit of an airhead. Also, she was leaving her sister at that time. Do you honestly think she would have noticed a simple child playing? Preposterous!
Objection!
It's not preposterous, and I can prove it! What sort of foolish? There was no way someone walking along the winding way could not have noticed Paul.
Take that!
This on is my proof. An old cracked clay pot? What is that going to prove? Do you know why it's cracked? Because Paul broke it. That's why. She broke the on. Ah! Why do I feel like you're about to ruin my beautiful day? This on was broken around the time the channeling started. And Paul was the one who put it back together. While sitting right in the middle of the winding way. Miss Miney. Paul was there in the winding way at the time. She was hard at work putting the piece of the urn back together, you see. If you couldn't see that while you were walking, I'd have to declare you legally blind. I think I have sufficiently proven one thing, Miss Miney. You're a masterful liar! Right, you need to watch what you say. The one who needs to watch what she's saying is the witness! So, Miss Miney, tell us the truth! About what? About what? About where you really were at the time of the murder, of course!
Objection!
The witnesses testified about that. That's right. I was sleeping in the side room. Is he really sleeping in the side room? Your lies end here. What do you? The witness saying that during the actual murder he was sleeping in the side room. And I say that's not possible because there's clearly a contradiction here. Contradiction? What is this contradiction? Earlier in your testimony, Miss Miney, you made the following statements. And, Miss Morgan was the only one in the channeling chamber, you know? It's true that at the time, my myself and Miss Hart were not there. We had gone to call the police. So? Like, what does that like have to do with anything? It's very simple. Miss Miney, how do you know that fact? How? I can see that Miss Faye was the only person in the challenge chamber. However, someone who was asleep in the side room could not have known that. Which means, Miss Miney, you did in fact go to the challenge chamber. But you didn't go there by the way of the winding way. The man of guide map. If one were to go between the side room and the channeling chamber, one would have had to use the winding way. Yes, that's right, Your Honor. Which is why I asked the very important question. Where were the witness at the time of the murder? Miss Miney, please answer the question.
Objection!
Don't ask a question off my basis of substance, please. Well, I suppose since you pointed out the sameness of Phoenix Wright, might as well answer the question for us. Where was the witness at the time of the murder? There's a chance, Phoenix. Yeah. The only person who could have killed Dr. Ware was Eenie Miney. Now is the time to prove it. How then, Mr. Wright? Let's hear your answer. Where was the witness when the murder took place?
Take that!
Miss Miney was here, of course. What? But that's the channeling chamber. Isn't that the crime scene? That's right. Miss Miney was at the scene of the crime. Order, that's... Mr. Phoenix Wright, have you lost your mind? Yesterday's testimony established that only the victim and the defendant were in the chamber when the channeling started. Yes, that's correct. Please explain yourself, Mr. Wright. Simple. Miss Eenie Miney was hiding at the scene of the crime. I was hiding? Where? Like, where was I hiding?
Take that!
Here, of course. Behind the folding screen? Ah! Don't make me say this again. We'll call yesterday's testimony. No way anyone was hanging out behind that folding screen. See? You stupid jock! Quit being so quick to pin on me, slime ball! Now, Miss Miney. One so young as you shouldn't be saying, "Shut it, Gramps!" as if you know exactly how old I am. I'm sorry. The pipe's about to bust. Guess I should help it along. This was hiding behind the photo screen. With the help of this.
Take that!
Miss Miney. How you were able to hide yourself in the scene of the crime is very simple. You were hiding inside this box! Ah! Tiny little box? No person could fit in that. Sorry, but your theory has already been disproved. I disproved you when she was hiding from me.
Objection!
The clothing box was in the side room, right? Which means it has nothing to do with the murder at all. That's right! I was sleeping there, so I should know! The clothing box was there in the side room the whole time! Mr. Wright, do you think you can prove where the clothing box was at the time of the crime? Yes, I can, with evidence. And now I present the evidence of a piece of evidence that will prove this clothing box was at the scene of the crime when the murder took place! Take a look at this clothing box. You're so stupid. As if there's any sort of evidence of that old thing. This, we don't know. I don't think time for you to sit there surprised. Hurry up and say it already! The hole, about 8 inches off the ground. The hole about 8 inches off the ground. Where have we heard that before? The folding screen. They have a hole at the same height. Right. I hope this has opened your eyes to what happened. At the time of the shooting, the clothing box was sitting behind the folding screen, which read the bullet from the pistol hit broke the box and the folding screen. It went through the screen and then into the box. It's Miney. You are hiding behind the folding screen, waiting for your chance. Yes, your chance to kill Mr. Dr. Gray. Then, Mr. Phoenix Wright, what about this pistol? Are you saying that the person in this photo is Miss Amy Miney? That is exactly what I'm saying. Miss Amy Miney, you are hiding inside this clothing box all along. And you wore a medium's costume to masquerade as Maya Fey. To masquerade as Maya Fey? She had it planned from the very beginning. She would kill Dr. Gray and pin the blame on my client. No! Stop! I can't listen to any more of this foolishness. If that's the case, Mr. Phoenix Wright, then I have a proposition. The whole idea that the witness moved the clothing box to the crime scene, pretend to be the defendant, killed the victim, and then fled the scene of the crime. It's not possible for one person to do it all by herself. It really is impossible for one person to do all the preparations, that is. Ah! You know, remind you that foolish received no mercy? Well, wait! This one, karma. You said it was not possible for one person, correct? What? You can't be serious! Miss Miney, you had an accomplice.
Take that!
This person, if it wasn't someone from Point Village, you could have gotten the costume. If it wasn't someone from the Fey household, you wouldn't have had the box to use. Morgan, Fey? Isn't that the wonderful lady witness we had earlier? What do you have to say to this, Miss Miney? You shot Dr. Gray with your own two hands! Do you deny it? I think this is what really happened. The murderer had planted herself at the scene of the crime long beforehand. Dressed in a medium's costume and wearing a wig, she pretended to be the defendant. And then, the channeling started. The murderer crept silently toward the other two, both of whom had their eyes closed. First, she drugged Maya Fey with a strong sleeping agent. Then, she stabbed Dr. Gray with the knife. Next, she hid my client inside the clothing box. She did that so that she could take Maya's place and frame her for the crime. But that's when something unexpected happened. Unexpected? Yes! Dr. Gray was actually not yet dead! With the last of his strength, he fired a shot at his attacker. And that is why the hole in this folding screen was so low to the ground. The murderer then took the gun from Dr. Gray. And after that, you and the other lady thought to break into the room. Yes, a gunshot is certainly something you wouldn't expect to hear. Which is why, upon hearing the shots, we first our way into the channeling chamber. Miss Miney, she immediately covered her own costume with blood. And pretended to be Maya Fey. But that sort of deception would have been easy to see through. Which is precisely why Miss Morgan Fey chased us out. Please, leave this area to me. Go quickly and inform the police. Hurry, before there are more victims here. What is one supposed to say? This is the real truth behind this murder. Who is that laughing at a time like this? Ah! Oh, you simple-minded fools. I'm sorry, are you still by chance evolving? What is this time? Miss Von Karma. Surely. Of course it was me. You really think someone of Von Karma blood reduced you to something this petty? What in the world? Mr. Phoenix Wright, your argument is flawed in one very crucial area. And that is, if this witness is the real murderer, why would he go through all this trouble? Huh? Working together with a medium, pretending to be one, putting on this whole act? What reason would he have to use such foolish things? Well, that's, yeah! That's right, that's exactly what I was gonna say. And one other thing. Why would Miss Money want to kill Dr. Gray? Where's her motive? Yeah, that's exactly what I want to say too. Yeah, motive. I don't have a motive. Motive? That's... I have no motive here. I have to think of a motive now. What's the reason for wanting Dr. Gray dead? The reason you want Dr. Gray dead is this. Just as I thought. You bombed me with your silly answers, Phoenix Wright. That's great. I even ceased calling me by my full name. You think I did this to get revenge for my sister's death? Yes! Because through that accident, you suffered a lot of hurt and pain yourself. Don't be stupid! No one has proof that Dr. Gray drugged my sister, right? And you want to say I want to take revenge based on nothing? What do you mean by that? See now, you stupid ramps! I'm going to explain, so please listen, okay? It's been over half a year since I was discharged from the hospital. If I wanted revenge, then I wouldn't have waited this long. And besides, the guy that thought of this spirit thing was Dr. Gray. It was a total coincidence he asked me about it, you know? See, Spectral Airhead Persona. However, you see, pathetic, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You failed to support your own theory. The end. I think we have our answer, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Miss Bonnie has said it is very true. The revenge plan is overly complicated, and she has no motive in the first place. Furthermore, there is no reason for Miss Morgan Fay to cooperate with this plan. You don't even have any truly decisive piece of evidence. That is from your point. So many thoughts, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You should have really known your place. What happened? I thought I had her for sure. See, it's as if I told you. I hope you liked your slice of humble pie. Very well. I now conclude the cross-examination of Miss Eenie Miney. Hold it! Your Honor, please allow the defense 1 more minute. Alright? You can't lose here. Have faith in yourself, Phoenix. Yes. Does sound like a ridiculous messed up plan for a murder. No, regardless, that God trained for this crime. Really? Listen, Phoenix. Everything happens for a reason. There's a reason for why she had to kill Dr. Gray. There's also a reason he had no choice but to kill him in this fashion. Time is up, Mr. Wright. Your final answer, please. If you want to say that you can prove this money had a motive, then why does he kill the victim in this way? Can you provide the reason? Can I really do this? I'm not totally confident here, but I know that I must press on no matter what. That's right, Phoenix. Only you can do this now. I will show in saying the fact that Miss Money had a motive. Too bad. You're too late. My cross-examination has already ended, after all. Ah! Interesting. I'll let you have your chance, Mr. Phoenix Wright. What? You're supposed to be on my side! Ah! A bond karma only cares about the perfect win! As long as you have the will to fight, I will knock you down, Mr. Phoenix Wright. And I don't care if you are my witness. So help me, I will throw you out of my way. No way! Very well. The court will take a 5-minute recess. We will continue the cross-examination after we convene.